welcome to our WOCAN Speaker Series. My name is Carrie Wise. I'm the president of WOCAN, and we are so excited to have you for this event featuring Janae Andrews. She is a salesperson extraordinaire, queen of sales, whatever you want to call them, but she is so good at what she does, and we are so excited to hear her story of how she's been able to achieve 60 plus sales a month. For those who aren't in auto retail, the average car salesman sells 10 cars a month. So she's selling 6 times or more what a typical salesperson sells in a male dominated space. And so we're so excited to highlight her and to share her story. Just a little background on WOCAN for those who haven't been on our meetings or haven't been involved. We created WOCAN last year, kind of in the midst of everything that was going on with racial inequality, injustice, all of the turmoil of the pandemic. And we wanted to get together and create something that was really about a movement of highlighting women of color, which are typically not attracted to the automotive industry, highlight the opportunities in our business, help them pursue their careers and really retain them in this business. And so we're so proud of the momentum that we have gathered. We have 400 members at this point, 10% of which are allies. And so we're really engaging not only women of color, but other people in the industry that are equally passionate about this cause. And so we're really, really excited about that. And we thank you for being on. I see all these familiar faces who have been here from the start, and we really, really appreciate that. So we're going to jump right in to today's session, but I want to pass it off to Erica, who's going to give you a little bit more background on WOCAN.
Hello, ladies. I am so excited tonight. This is going to be an amazing event. This is sales. We have a saleswoman who's going to tell her great story. So first, just want to share the stories of our beautiful, wonderful co-founders. We have Patrice Banks, which is the CEO and owner of Girls Auto Clinic. Amanda Gordon, which is the CEO owner of Gojo, which is the first Black woman to actually own a car dealership in Denver, Colorado. Myself, Erica Wells, sales manager here at Town Center Nissan, have over 17 years of experience in this business. And the lovely Carrie Wise, the vice president of corporate marketing at TrueCar and our very own WOCAN president. We are super excited to be here with you guys today and just share a little bit about what we're doing and what it really means to be a member of WOCAN. So we have so many incredible events. To be a part of our membership is a sisterhood, it's a tribe. We have those that are members, women of color, and we also have our allies which support us. And we offer opportunities every single month for you guys to join monthly speaker series just like this, where we're bringing you the top talent, women who can tell their stories of what it's really like to be a woman of color in this industry. We have educational workshops where you're going to get a chance to learn, to grow, to fellowship, and to actually take notes and build your brand and build yourself and learn something that's going to be crucial. We have our member meetups, which are so fun. Imagine speed dating on steroids with your auto girlfriends, a chance to meet other ladies in the networking, allow yourself to meet other women in this industry and really put together a close knit of friendships that can carry you on. We have our Facebook group. We have our Clubhouse, Instagram. We're all over social media. So if you're not on our social media, please, please, please join and connect with us. We really want to thank all of you guys, and we're especially thankful of our sponsors, and I will give it back to the lovely Carrie.
Yeah, we are so excited. You know, at this point, we call our sponsors our day ones because many of them got on so early, really when we had just announced that we were launching WOCAN. We hadn't even established ourselves yet as a nonprofit. And so we're so happy to have Subaru on as a gold level sponsor. That's our highest level sponsorship. And these are annual sponsors, so they're supporting us throughout the year. We appreciate Subaru because not only are they a well-respected brand as a manufacturer, but they have purpose. You've heard of the love promise. You've heard of Subaru. That's more than just a car company. And it's so very true in terms of their efforts in giving back to the community and giving back to women of color and diversity within the industry through WOCAN. So we really appreciate the team at Subaru. Several of them are on today. And we also appreciate TrueCar, who came on really at the same time as Subaru. I work at TrueCar, so one might say, hey, it's just obvious that they would sponsor, but no, they sponsored us at the highest level. And we're so appreciative. TrueCar has really embarked since last year on a huge effort in focusing on diversity, equity, inclusion, and WOCAN is just one piece of it. And so we appreciate the team at TrueCar. And we have a new sponsor that just signed on. We are so excited to announce that we now have Car Global as a sponsor. I can't see you guys right now, but if you can do some snaps, we are so, so excited to have Car Global on. And we actually have someone from the Car Global team, but just to give you a background on Car Global, they are a leader in the global wholesale used vehicle industry, and they provide innovative technology-driven remarketing solutions. They own a lot of different companies in this space and are very powerful in the industry. We have Kristen Lampkin on. She's a DEI program manager from Car Global. Kristen, can you hear me and see me? I cannot see the audience right now.
Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can see you and hear you. How you doing?
I'm good. And we are so excited to partner and collaborate with WOCAN, Car Global. I've actually started with Car 6 months ago. And one thing I shared with Carrie is the first thing on the list, my first day, was for me to connect with WOCAN. So WOCAN was on Car's radar before I even came, but they wanted to make sure they were intentional about starting their journey and hiring someone to really focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion. So here at Car Global, we foster a culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we see the value in every unique individual. So we are committed to providing a safe working environment and not to tolerate discrimination of any kind. And so we are so excited to be part of WOCAN. I was already attending before we became an official sponsor. So I am championing for you all. We're excited for this collaboration and partnership. And we just thank you all for this opportunity. And again, Car Global, we're located in Carmel, Indiana, and we understand the need. We advocate for women, and we understand that we need to even advocate even more for women of color. And that makes me so proud as a Black woman. So excited to partner with you all. Then thank you again to the founders. You guys are doing a wonderful job and excited to be on this journey with you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kristen and the team from Car Global. We're so proud to have you as a sponsor, and this is going to enable us to continue the great work that we're doing to create more opportunities for women of color and diversify our industry. So we really appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're gonna jump right in. I am so excited to introduce Janae Andrews. I met Janae, or she really got on my radar last year. And I heard of this woman that was just killing it, not just from a sales standpoint, but really putting herself out there from a personal branding standpoint. And one of the things that I really love about her is that she doesn't take herself too seriously, right? She puts herself out there. She's authentic. She shows, high energy and really shows her commitment to the customer and her commitment to excellence when it comes to sales. She got on my radar. I instantly had to have her on a Facebook Live show that I was hosting at that time, and we had her on. And it's so amazing, as someone who's been in this business 22 years, you don't see that many Black women, if we were to be honest, in selling cars, right? And let alone somebody who is dominating and is number one on the board every single month within their dealerships. And so proud to introduce Janae Andrews. She's selling 60 plus cars a month. I told you 6 times what the typical car salesman sells, and she's doing it through personal branding, through customer experience, through innovative marketing tactics, through relationship selling. And without further ado, Janae Andrews of Champion, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and of the Driving with Janae brand. Janae, are you there?
What's going on? It's your girl Driving with Janae in the building. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We are so excited because your passion and your pursuit of excellence, if you talk to Janae, it just pours out of your your pores, right? We just feel that energy. And so we're excited to learn your story, your secrets, and I'll let you jump in.
Yes, ma'am. So obviously everyone's here to hear a little about me. So I'll get right into it. My name is Janae Andrews. As Holly stated, I am a sales consultant at Champion Chrysler. Now, although Detroit is my hometown, I actually spent a lot of time in California, believe it or not, about 10 years of my life. I moved to Detroit on a whim. I went to visit my grandmother for Christmas. My mother got into some legal troubles, and I was a Detroit native at that time. So nothing planned. I just kind of adapted to Detroit. Detroit gave me a different kind of lifestyle, different kind of edge, right? I go from a valley girl to living in some of Detroit's roughest neighborhoods. So you kind of got to figure it out. It's either you're going to sink or you're going to swim. And I knew at that point I was a swimmer for sure. Next slide, please. It's crazy. I played softball in high school, and I grew a loving to it immediately. Top performer, captain of the team, like instantly. It was my first love, if you will. And I knew at that point that that was my outlet out the hood. And I couldn't wait to shine on a collegiate level. And that's exactly what happened. I ended up at Lane College down in Jackson, Tennessee. Shout out to LC. Great experience at Lane. That's when I became a true woman. I ran into a group of people, if you guys can see these slides in the middle, people who really created Janae. That's when the seed was planted. Angela Lowe, April Wilson, Christopher Weathers, all, you know, you need that guidance when you're a young girl. And I was 17 at the time, didn't know much of anything. So the seed was planted. It's crazy. I knew I was a different breed when I met Christian Davis. That's that last picture you see. Christian was kind of my first full example of a woman getting to it. That was kind of goals at 17-year-old me. So I grew a relationship with her. And from there, I kind of just blossomed. I spent 4 years down in Tennessee and ended up in Indianapolis, Indiana. Not playing. Check this out. I was so hungry for success. Next slide. And I knew for sure I was not going back to Detroit. I didn't care where I went. It wasn't Detroit, right? I had adapted from that kind of environment and I outgrew it. I wasn't living 6, 7, 8 people in an apartment. I wasn't with the catching a bus. I just had a bigger vision. I moved to Indiana, and the best thing that happened to my life, that's my sister in the picture. So instantly I get into sales. I start working for Sears. And that woman you see standing next to me, Christy Robinson, she's the reason I'm sitting here today. I know for a fact she's on, she better be on, right? So Christy actually taught me the game. We started off at Sears selling appliances. What I thought was the best thing that happened to my life. I'm making 60 grand. This is it, right? In my mind, coming from where I came from, this was mama, I made it. And in all actuality, it wasn't. Things didn't work out at Sears. I ended up at HH Gregg. Now, I knew I was a salesman when I worked at these two places, right? Because I did it so well. Top performer at Sears. Christy and I both became a part of the $1 Million Club, just doing things that has not been done. Successful Black women. Now, I think what made us different is you can put us in front of the best of them. Any end of the spectrum, right? I think I can create a relationship with anyone when it comes to sales. I don't care who that person is, whether it be a keychain, whether it be shoes, you connect. And I was very successful at Sears. Then one day, both companies go out of business. And I am officially, next slide, unemployed. At the time, I had 3 small children, and I had to figure it out. Sears went out of business, HH Gregg went out of business, and I am left with nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. So it's just the hustle in me, it's the fire. I wasn't going home unemployed. It's crazy. If you're from Indianapolis and you've been on 96th Street, there's HH Gregg on one end, there's Hyundai on the other, right? So as HH Gregg is closing their doors, I just look straight ahead. And it is a Hyundai building. And the building is the biggest building on 96th Street. And I literally walk right across the street. All I knew was single mother, 3 kids. If I don't work, a lot of people don't eat. Figure it out. I don't want to hear the problem. I want to hear the solution. And working for Hyundai was my big break. Now, not big break immediately, but as I said today, that building is the reason that I'm sitting here. So check this out. I got to tell you. I'm going to be real up close and personal. I'm sorry if it's not the typical professional presentation, but I want to be as real with y'all as possible. So while working at Hyundai, I was an 8-car a month girl. This is when the story gets good. Next slide. 8 cars a month was kind of my average. I was absolutely horrible. And then someone came to me. I don't know if she's on here, Chrissy Burton. She said, if you live by the door, you die by the door. Mike Terzo and Chrissy Burton, actually. And I was like, what the heck does that mean, right? And in the sales world, if you're on the sales floor, that's standing by the door waiting for the up bus, right? You have to now learn to generate your own business and figure out how to get the clientele to you instead of waiting on the clientele. The way I thought of it was, I'm not going to allow someone to tell me when and if I can feed my kids. And it just snapped in. Next slide, please. So it's crazy how I transitioned from 8 cars to 30 cars. A is having great mentorship. Much like WOCAN, right? You want people around you who encourage you. I work with a girl who was doing big things. She was inspirational, and I wanted to be like that. I wanted to succeed. So to transition from 8 to 30, I had to get a better social media presence. I had to now get up close and personal with my clientele. It's not a, here's the keys, see you later. It's more of a, here's my cell phone number, save it in your phone. You have to get personal. And that's what I utilized that time when I transitioned from 8 to 30. Now, to most people, 30 cars was absolutely amazing. To me, I wanted more. I got hungry for more, right? Next slide. So as I'm transitioning, my life changes. Something that was so great to me fell apart. And I was left to now figure out that life's obstacle. Next slide, please. So at that time, I created Driving with Janae. Now, this is why everybody's here. I had to give you a how I got here to now truly give you the true Driving with Janae. Driving with Janae was strictly created off of passion. I had pain. I had to acknowledge what I was feeling at that time in my life, and I just turned it into something. So side note, y'all, check this out. If you are going through something in life, you have to acknowledge it, address it, change it up. Are you going to be pain? Are you going to be passion? So I created Driving with Janae, and it was a hit. I went from 30 cars to 60 cars. I had a month where I sold 72 cars. Shout out to Naples and Hyundai. I think I set the record with that number. But 72 cars was it. And getting there is the hardest part, not the 0 to the 8. It's the 30 to the 60 that really makes you a student to an A+ student. And how I got there, next slide, was I hired a team. So although I'm a sales consultant, I have a team that works for me. I have an assistant. I have a marketing manager. I have a couple of girls that are just helpful, and I compensate them. And this is thinking outside the box. Standing at the door selling 20, 30 cars, great, kudos to you. But I wanted to go bigger. I wanted to go harder. I wanted to go stronger. I'm in a business where the income is uncapped. How do I blow through this uncapped? I want to see. So I got involved. The first picture you see is a guy who works for me, and he would walk down the street during Pacer games. That's something big in Indy. Go Pacers. And he's literally marketing. I pay him X amount of dollars an hour, and you just stroke the streets while the game is entering, exiting. Imagine how many people will see that sign and take a picture of that sign. Thinking outside the box, I didn't do any extra work. I compensated his days of work, but think of the rate of return. If one person sees that sign and purchases a vehicle, I have now tripled, maybe quadrupled what I had to pay to get the job done. Another thing, guys, you got to get more involved in is giving back to your community. I try to give back 10% of my income, whether it's with gift cards, gas cards, paying someone's bill. I like to get kind of up close and personal. So here you see an event I was at, and I always got gas cards, a purse full of them. And you want to give back, connect with people. That's going to be the key too with success. Next slide. So as you can see here, this is one of my assistants. Her name is Michelle, and we're simply at a birthday party. And at this party, I'm passing out gift bags to everyone there. Let's rewind. It's not even my party. It's a party where I've seen a guy who was throwing a party on Facebook. I reached out to him, or had my assistant reach out, and we offered to buy his bar. Hey, let me pay for your bar, and in exchange, you allow us to market. Once again, you have to think like a business owner. I'm not just a sales consultant. I'm a brand within a brand. Driving with Janae is a business. I just happen to work for champion Chrysler. But nonetheless, I get involved in this party. I do a raffle, and I want to pay someone's car note. So as you can see here, play the slide. I think we got a video, Carrie, don't we?
Yes, we do.
You gotta play it.
This is crazy. So this is you giving away, or you were giving away to pay someone's car note for the month. And this is the person that won. Is that right?
Yeah. So what it was is I did a raffle. Anyone who came to the party who paid driving with Janae's table a look, you left your name and number. Think about it. Anyone who sells cars, even those who don't, that's a lead. That's an opportunity to create a relationship with someone. And if I'm paying a car note, everybody in there left their name and number, 100%. At the end of the night, I pick a winner, and here she is.
Okay, let's play it.
What's going on? It's your girl, Janae Andrews, the winner. I told you one person was leaving with their car note paid. Turn up! Driving with Janae is in the building. If you need a vehicle, holla at your girl. Presented by Sleep on It News. Turn up. We wasn't playing no games. Don't pay that car note. If you need a car, you need to be hollering at your girl. Driving with Janae is out.
Love it.
So check it out, pure passion too. Things like that work. Go the extra mile. You have to now look at all the contacts you have and turn these contacts into contracts. And it's relationships. You don't think that girl saved my number in her phone, and vice versa. We now have created this relationship where if she knows someone who needs a car, I guarantee you she is calling me, and it costs me $350.
And Janae, if I remember, I saw another video we don't have, but when you were giving away all the gift bags, they had to follow you on Facebook, Instagram, and then also send you a referral of someone they know that might be in the car.
Yes, so you guys can check out my LinkedIn and also my Instagram for those videos. But yes, once again, free marketing. It cost me $350 to be in that building, right? So that was a way of me to get my money back. Rate of return. It's always thinking like a business manager. I think like I'm the owner and not the sales consultant. I'm not the cashier. It's crazy. I go to work every day and I'm thinking I have not worked yet. It's not work. It's just a part of my lifestyle. It's so fun. So you guys got to check it out. Little backstory to this one. The first video is actually, I want to call her my family. Her name is Lisa Siefkin. Now, Lisa's been buying cars off me since I got in the business. I think she's on number 6. No matter where I go, and that's another thing I want to talk about is building your brand and building your base where no matter where you go, you got a gig because they're following Driving with Janae. It's not so much my overhead. Nonetheless, Lisa needed a vehicle. Per usual, she reaches out to me, and this is how it went.
All right, let's watch this.
What's going on? It's your girl Driving with Janae, y'all, and this is sale 50 for me for the month. And let me tell you why it means so much. It came from Lisa Siefkin. Lisa has supported me throughout my entire car career. Her entire family shopped to me. I think it's her 6th or 7th. I lost count of how many cars. Tell them, Lisa, how we roll. We roll well. We love Janae. She's the best. Come see her and get a brand new car from us. You know what time it is. You can be next. It starts with a check. Your automotive champion.
Love it. That is so good, Janae. And I think, you know what, like I said, you don't take yourself too seriously. It's like, show some passion.
I'm real chill. And you know what's crazy? A lot of clients.
Wait, Janae, hold on, Janae. I got to stop you. You said you're real chill?
I'm real chill.
No.
I'm not your typical cars consultant. I think I'm kind of taking it to the next level.
Yes.
Right? We talk a lot about when you brand yourself, you want to set yourselves different from the competitor. It's like when I travel, right? I like to travel in the elite of the elite. I don't want to stay in a Motel 8. So I look to provide the elite. And anything of the elite costs more. Believe it or not, people will pay more for good service. You're going to leave with a smile if you shop with me. And I think that's why I'm selling 60 vehicles a month, is because of the relationships that I set with people, for sure. Now, this young girl came in, didn't even think she can get into a vehicle. We spent hours together. And once again, someone who has my number saved in her phone, she will always buy cars from me. I am certain. But you got to play the video.
Yes.
What's going on? It's your girl Driving. You know what time it is. It's March Madness, and you know your girl is mad. I can get you approved. Good credit, bad credit. Don't know what credit is? Call me. Let me tell
you know, it was smooth. Oh yeah, we did. That's what I'm talking about. Girl.
Next slide, please.
Oh, let me click. Yeah.
So it's, I have so much fun with that. And that sets myself apart. A lot of people are asking, Janae, what are you doing differently? And a lot of it is passion. You cannot teach passion, but if you're passionate about something, you too can be just as successful. You got to pursue it. So it's crazy. I spent most of my career, all of my career at a Hyundai dealership. Very successful. They treated me like a queen. Shout out to everybody over there. But I just saw bigger dream. I had bigger dreams. I seen more. When I was deciding to make the transition, I got a lot of backlash. There's messages now on LinkedIn I haven't got a chance to get back to, of people questioning, single mother of 3, you know what I'm saying? You haven't made it where you are. Why would you leave? And I left because my vision grew. I met a great guy, Mr. Falcon, whose vision matched mine. I wanted to get into the motivational speaking and encouraging women, things like WOCAN. I wanted more. He's seen more, and I made that move. And a bit here, I want to tell you a little bit. Never believe that you can't do something. I was told by so many people that my career was over. So many people doubted me. You can go back to my LinkedIn and read the comments, and it's false. You can be just as successful as you want to be. I was selling 50, 60 cars at Hyundai, and I'm doing the exact same thing at Champion. I was able to duplicate my success, and it's very possible, especially when you work around people who encourage you and who you thrive to be like, and great examples. I work with a great group of guys, Baker, Cross, I mean, great group of guys who make work so much enjoyable. And if you brand yourself, your business will follow, trust me. Another thing that I enjoy, next slide, please, is being able to provide. I'm a provider. Anyone who knows me knows I'm not a Gucci and gold kind of girl. I don't have much of either, right? What really fuels me is being able to take care of those around me, those who supported me and helped me get to where I am today. And that's solely what it's about, the fruits of your labor. I'm going to be just as successful as I want to be. When I wake up in the morning, my check is going to be just as big as I want it to be, because my work ethic and my energy are going to bring just that, nothing less. This is a home I was able to purchase. I built my home from the ground up, a vehicle that I bought. And then the second picture is me surprising my mother. A little bit of a backstory. She's never had a reliable vehicle, not for real, my entire life. So being able to provide this for her when she least expected, that's success. People ask me all the time, Janae, what's success for you? And things like this is it. Puts the icing on the cake. Carrie, can you play the video? It is too cold.
Janae, they have to check out the full video. I think you have it on LinkedIn.
You gotta follow me on Instagram.
Yes,
Driving with Janae. You can see the full video. Let me summarize it. She didn't expect a car. She was borrowing one of mine. I asked for my vehicle back. And I knew her new one was in the driveway. I didn't just take my car, y'all. And I sent her outside to get in an Uber. So she thought, and she was walking out to her vehicle. And that to me, it's amazing. That's why I thrive to sell 50, 60. I don't want to sell 70 again. It's a lot of work, but I thrive to sell the 50, 60 cars a month. And you too can do it. I do want to give you guys actually a few tips, because I kind of just blew through my life real quick. And I want to give you keys to success. And it's branding yourself. I say at the end of my videos, you can be next. It starts with a text. And typically I'm talking about you can be next into a vehicle, but there's so much more to that meaning. You can be next to be the next driving with Janae. You can be next as far as whatever your passion is, you can do it. It starts here. As women, we cannot be told we can't do something because we wear many hats. Oh, you got to go home and cook. You got to go home and iron your kids' clothes. I'm going to do whatever I want to do humbly, right? And I want to be successful. So to the young girls that are listening, your lip gloss line, your makeup line, your eyelash line, whatever it is you want to do, you can do it. Be the best at it and perfect your craft. I branded myself. You see Driving with Janae on everything, bumper stickers, hand sanitizers, pins, t-shirts. If someone leaves and purchases a car from me, they have a bag full of things with my name and my number. So as they get home and start dumping it out, pieces of me have trickled through the home. It's leaving that impression, and not just the gifts, but the experience. They had so much fun. I asked about the keychain, the college that they went to. I bonded through a watch. It doesn't matter. They had such an experience with me. They're not going to forget me. And that's kind of my goal here, is just to educate y'all. I was honored to come on and even talk to you. I wish I had more time, but branding yourself and preparation, you have to be prepared. Every minute of my day is occupied. I don't have time to sit around and ask you how your weekend was. I don't care how your lasagna that your wife cooked was, respectfully. I don't have time to really indulge in that. I got phone calls, I got follow-up, I got marketing. I send out gift cards. You want to send things to the clients to keep them engaged in what you got going on. So that's kind of my keys, Carrie. I'm getting a little nervous. I ain't talking to people in a minute.
Okay. We're going to ask you lots of questions.
I'm ready. I want to hear them.
Yeah, but I want to let you share your information where they can contact you.
So check it out. You guys can really see the videos on LinkedIn, Janae Andrews, but also Facebook and Instagram, Driving with Janae. My cell phone's numbers listed as well. Groups like WOCAN are very important, and I look to be a mentor to somebody. If it wasn't for Christy Robinson, Christian Davis, I think about where would I be today? Would I be sitting here with not my mentors? So groups like this is important, guys. So I want you guys a part of it, but feel free to reach out to me. I have so many inboxes in my LinkedIn that I can't get to. I just can't get to them. I'm not ignoring anybody, but if you want some advice, some tips, shoot me a text. I'm always available.